Okay, I'm gonna give a little background here, an overview of my characters, explain why I started to play hardcore after 15 plus years of solely playing softcore. So yeah, this is just the characters from my last couple of years. I did a reinstall back in like 2018, 2017 maybe. Previously I'd played on Battle.net during college, took a few years off here and there. I would always come back and I love the game. So you can see I beat it several times here in softcore, and even made some themed characters. Pretty much did everything I really wanted to do, and it wasn't a challenge anymore. So I decided, I think October of last year, to give hardcore a try. And my first attempt was a Necro. You can see he bit it. I think it was Hell Act 2 down in the tunnels. And he, somewhere. I don't remember exactly. Sewers, maybe? I'm not sure. He got hit by lightning and died. He was my untwinked very first attempt at a hardcore character. And I got to level 74, and I beat the game on normal and nightmare, so I was pretty happy with that. And then you can see I tried again with a sorceress. I had a little bit better gear at that time, and I made it to Hell Act 2 again. I did tool around mostly in Act 1 in the Mausoleum, and once again died to lightning. Third attempt was actually a really good one. This died, I think, in Act 5. You can see she made it to level 89. And I made it past the Ancients and then didn't really want to deal with Worldstone Keep simply because of all the blooms and the lightning. I don't remember how she died. I think it was actually doing some lower Kurast runs for runes, and she teleported blindly and kicked it. But by that time I had run Nightmare and Hell and Dariel and Mephisto so much that I had some pretty decent gear, and I played these first three characters kind of like I did the softcore characters, where I, tried to get decent resistances, decent life, mostly focused on killing speed. And at this time, since I lost all three of them and I hadn't yet beaten the game, I'm like, alright, I want to focus solely on survival. So I went ahead and you can see my theme here: first try, second try, third try. I created fourth try, also a sorceress, a cold sorceress. You can see, unlike these are only conquerors, so they beat it normal and nightmare. I have beaten the game. She's a guardian. And I focused defense, and so I got max block rate, max resistances, max damage reduction, 50%, so I actually had 53, I think I was running for a while, with 35 on Storm Shield, 10 on Shaco, and I think 8% with Chains of Honor. Right now she's sitting at 45% damage reduction because I switched to Skin of the Viper Magi. Ironically, I'm still looking for Tal's armor. I found a Zod, I found a Cham, I found Astrions, I found some crazy rare items with this character, but I have not found a Tal's armor. I think once I get that, I'll socket it, put in a Topaz, and just keep on running the Ancient Tunnels. You can see she's done a lot of Magic Finder runs, level 95, and done enough so I was able to outfit Necro and an Amazon and make Guardians with both of them. I'm still looking for a better weapon, so he's sitting in Act 1 Hell, and my Assassin just made it to Act 2 Hell. So I'm working on the Assassin at the same time. I try to do 1 or 2 waypoints per night with her. I've never really played an Assassin before, so a hardcore Assassin level 75 in Act 2 Hell is challenging for me. She's just straight traps. But I really like the Blizzard Sorceress. Fourth try here is straight Blizzard Sorceress. Boom is is a Summon Necro Fishymancer, really Summon Necro with Corpse Explosion. And my Amazon is a Javazon of Lightning Fury. You can see that she's using Storm Shield as well. I'm using Rhyme on the Assassin. I just found the Homunculus a couple days ago. Like I said, I found a Zod and a Cham and an Astrions, but I hadn't found a Homunculus. It's weird, the items I haven't found. I haven't found an Ariat's Face yet either. That's one of the reasons you don't see a Barb. I really want to create a Barb, but yeah. So I'm going to work on the Assassin next, and then once I've got, come up with a weapon, maybe I'll try to create a Beast Groomer or something, or a Doom or something. I don't know what I'll do. I have a Breath of the Dying. Like I said, I found a Zod. I put it in a Ghost Spear and made it a Merc weapon. I have a few lower level hardcore characters. These two are necromancers that I play with some friends. This one is untwinked. This one is twinked, so I play those with some friends. This is an untwinked Amazon. I don't know if I'll continue with her untwinked, probably, because I have already beaten the game with the twinked character. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. Like I said, I started back in October of 2019. It's now September 1st, 2020. So, it's been 10 and a half months. I think I started halfway through October. So I figure by a year, I'd like to have 5 Guardians. So if I can just beat the game with these 2, that'll be good. I haven't played these guys in a while, but Necros, especially Summon Necros, are super easy to play. So I don't anticipate any issues there. I am mostly focused on Magic Find at the moment. I'm trying to obtain an Ariat, I'm trying to obtain the Tel's Armor, and then I'll just concentrate on more rare items. Yeah, that's kind of where we sit right now. So, I have a few minutes here. I can boot up a game, and hopefully all of that explanation came through, because the start screen tends to be quite a bit louder than the actual gameplay. And right now I just have junk. I mean, I'm picking up some of this stuff because I'm not really sure where I am in my Grail. I use GoMule, and that has a built-in reporting mechanism, so I can certainly check it, and I will check it. But at this point, I pick up something if I'm unsure if I've found it before. Usually, since Durance 3 is really just 4 teleports away from the waypoint, I do a quick Mephisto run. It takes about 30 seconds. Sometimes if I don't have an Azurath, I don't have several of the lower level TC3s and things like that, which are usually pretty rare on Hell, but it's possible that I'll find them. So yeah, I just do a quick Meph run just to see what I can find. Pretty sure I have the Colossus crossbow, so I'm not going to worry about that. I narrowly missed a Arachnid's Mesh there. If only that had rolled unique. I do have one of those. I'll probably make a Hammered In or a Wind Druid and use the Arachnid Mesh on one of those guys. Usually I don't do all this, but I wanted to quick show off the gear. You can see poison and fire are pretty low. I was running, instead of the Oculus, I was running a Heart of the Oak, and instead of Mage Fists I had, instead of Mage Fists I had the Chain Gloves, the Magic Find Gloves. I also was running some really nice resist boots with high fire resistance. So that the extra 10 that come on Heart of the Oak, actually 15, it was a 35 resist Heart of the Oak, so that 15 extra resists there and the nice resists on the boots, I had max resists. But this is such a safe character that I decided that with 1700 life with battle orders and just running the Ancient Tunnels and Mephisto, I could get away with this, at least until I found Tel's Armor, and then I'll probably just redo the whole gear setup so I can hit that at least 63 faster cast rate breakpoint. Um, and you know, I'll definitely keep the Storm Shield and the Shaco, and of course the belt, the amulet, and when I said, you know, the armor when that comes. Um, Probably keep the Oculus too, because 80% is pretty good. The random teleport does kind of get a bit annoying. Hopefully I don't die. This is my best character by far. I found 3 Stones of Jordan, crazily enough. Just found one a couple days ago, and I found one last week. As I was one with my the Amazon that I showed you, and one of them with the assassin. And then she found the Stone of Jordan. Just a random junk ring with a bunch of mana and life, some dexterity and resists. This Geeds is amazing. The best Geeds I've ever found is 3% gold find from Perfect. 160, 40, 15 is a perfect Geeds, and this one is the best I've actually ever seen. Some decent life and mana charms. I haven't actually found any Blizzard skillers at all. I've found, I don't know, 50 or 60 skillers total, but not a Blizzard, or no cold skills. So these slightly different, 38 and 31 to life, 46 to mana. It's hardcore, remember, so I am perfectly willing to give up some inventory space for life and mana. This is the best small charm I've ever found. It's perfect, 20 to life, 17 to mana. It's perfect on both. So those are really rare. I've never found one before. You know, really good cold skill, 20 to life. I don't need the 10, you know, but 20 to life. So just basically life, mana, some resists where I need to. 1811 is pretty good. You know, it's not a 2017, but 1811 is darn good. Some hit recovery and high poison resist. More 20 to life. This one isn't really good as well. It's 3% off perfect. 5 resist all, and 7% better chance is a perfect one. This is the best one I have right now. Some more magic find, and then the rest of these are just small magic find charms. One's junk, that's the one I just picked up. Sell that for gold. Yeah, mercenary gear, standard ethereal e-bugged boneweave treachery, simply for the faster attack rate and the chance to proc fade. An ethereal delirium. This is again the e-bugged, so note the high resist, 586. The reason I picked delirium, I do have an ethereal Andariel's Visage. But again, this is hardcore, and this is my best character, and I don't want her to die, and you'll see the main reason why here in a second. The rest of this, you know, most of it could be replaced. I would really hate to lose this almost perfect Geeds and this perfect small charm. I really hate to lose these. I have 3 SOJs, I have 3 War Tribes, I have 3 or 4 Talzamis, Skin of the Viper Magi, I have at least 3 Storm Shields. You know, the rest of this stuff doesn't really matter. I only have 2 Oculuses, and I think only 1 extra Istrune, a couple Shakos. So none of this matters all that much, other than this charm, this charm. These are my 2 best Grand Charms for life and mana. These 2, you know, I don't want to lose them because they're decent, and they're both e-bugged, and they're both ethereal, and they both have high defense. But it's this that I don't want to lose. The reason I made this is because I play vanilla, and what I mean by that is that there's no mod. I don't play Pluggy. I don't play Runeword mod. I play 1.14D vanilla, the base game, Lord of Destruction. I'm a purist, I guess you could say. I did play on Battle.net for years, 10, 15 years ago, but I switched solely to single player about a decade ago. And I've always wanted to make this weapon. I never thought I'd find a Zod rune. I did, and I'll tell you that story in a second. And so when I found it, I was a little impatient. 398% enhanced damage. This is a standard ethereal ghost spear with 6 sockets. 400% is perfect. So this is 2% off perfect. You know, I could have waited for a 15% enhanced damage ethereal, ghost spear, or you know, great poleaxe, or whatever else can have six sockets. But I just really wanted to make this weapon. I plan on using it solely on this character. Maybe I'll transfer it when I, you know, get a pretty strong Hammerden or something like that, something that just won't die, because I really don't want to lose it. And if I die, I will lose it because I refuse to transfer off items from characters that have died. So those 3 dead high-level characters that you saw, those are still fully geared out. I didn't take any gear off of them. Like I said, I'm a purist, so I don't want to do that. So in any case, I found a Zod, made Breath of the Dying, stuck her on here, and basically this merc is nearly invincible. This is almost a perfect weapon. 15% is perfect. I believe 7% mana is perfect, and then the 398, its max is 400. So, yeah, can't get much better than that. So the treachery procs, and he fades, and he also has super fast attack speed with the 60% on the ghost spear and the 45% on the armor. And then the delirium proc basically makes it so the monsters try to kill each other rather than try to kill me. And if you have never played with delirium and you plan on playing hardcore, this is probably the #1 item that I would recommend for a merc helm. It can't be overstated how good this is. Now, of course, there are exceptions. Like, you would never ever want to use this on a necromancer where you're casting curses, because the chance to cast confuse and terror will override your amp damage curse when you play a necro. So my necro has safety measures of his own, like he's surrounded by 10 to 15 summons, so he doesn't need the crowd control that delirium has. So but if you play with pretty much any other type of character and you don't want to cast amp damage or any other curse or anything like that, then delirium is the way to go. Now the story about the Zod, I mentioned I would say a little bit about that because it is so weird the way I found it. I've never actually seen anyone post about this in any of the forums or anything like this. I was doing some lower Kuros runs, LK runs, because I was trying to find the runes for Chains of Honor, Enigma, Beast, etc. Basically, I was trying to find a bunch of Sur runes so I could cube up to a bear, and I was hoping for some Vex and Ohm runes along the way. Remember, I play vanilla, so low runes are pretty worthless. I can't make Fortitude, so I don't really care about low runes. It's Vex for Heart of the Oak, Ohm for Call to Arms, and Sirs so I can cube up to Bears and Jaws to make Chains of Honor and Enigma. In any case, I was running lower Kurost and just popping the super chest, popping all the other chests along the way, and I was playing player 7, and I tend to kill all of the champions, the champion packs, and the unique monsters. And I do that because it's pretty good experience up to level basically 90, 91. You get good experience at player 7 in Act 3. And so the champions and the uniques, I think they give 500% extra experience. So definitely worth killing them. And I was just trolling along, popping chests, killing random champions and uniques, and the pack of 3 or 4 of those champion lurkers appeared, cast a couple blizzards, do a couple teleports, and hit alt, and a Zod rune was on the ground. A champion lurker dropped a Zod in Act 3 in Lower Kuros, which is a level 80 area, I believe. So it would have been a level 82 or 83. I don't remember offhand. It's a champion, so I think 82 would be the monster level. And so yeah, that's how I got that. I did mention I have a Cham. I found that by killing Mephisto. That was just a week or two ago. Thinking about making Doom. I've really always wanted to make an aura, an Auradin. So have Doom running on the mercenary, and then which gives you Holy Freeze. and then maybe have the mercenary running might, and then the paladin itself running fanaticism. Potentially look into other rune words that give you auras as well. So I'm kind of saving that sham. If I do find another one, I might be tempted to make another Zod rune. It was a tough choice between an ethereal Breath of the Dying Berserker Axe and the Ghost Spear, but I figured the Ghost Spear for the mercenary, really fast attack rate and good range, was an all-around better option because not every character is a melee character, but pretty much every character has a mercenary with melee, so I could transfer this from Merc to Merc if I really wanted to. I've been hesitant to do so because I don't want to lose it. So yeah, anyway, if I do find a second Cham, I could always make another Zod and then put it in my ethereal Berserker Axe and make a Breath of the Dying Berserker Axe. Put it on a paladin or a barb. Have some fun there. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I can show items later. Like I mentioned, I think Ashions is probably my rarest item that I found. I found every rune but one. I found, I believe, one bear, 3 or 4 sirs, a bunch of the lower stuff, and then a Cham and a Zod. I'm missing the jaw. So my overall rune grail, of course, is complete because I did find a jaw in softcore. I found a couple of them, but I have never found one. Never. I've only played this for 10 months in hardcore. I don't have a hardcore jaw yet. So Ancient Tunnels, the pit. Hopefully I'll find one soon. Forgot about Switch. Of course, Call to Arms. It's actually a really good Call to Arms. 662. Don't really care about Battle Cry because I don't use it, but Battle Command and Battle Orders. So I have level 6 Battle Command and then level 6 Battle Orders, which of course is the highest you can get. So best roll there for the 2 that matter. I don't use Battle Cry at all, so I don't really care how it rolled. And then, Lidless Wall gives me another +1 to skills. Again, this is vanilla, so I can't make Spirit, unfortunately. So yeah, she's pretty much a powerhouse. Not fully geared out. Tal's armor would do it, and then you can make a better, a more powerful character by using the Arachnid Mesh and maybe a Chains of Honor or an Enigma for the extra plus skills. So you can, and then use a shield with plus skills or something. Don't really care about Cannot Be Frozen. I could have a second Stone of Jordan if I want, but I don't want to die, so I want to keep those resistances high, keep the damage reduction high, and see where this takes me. So yeah, I'll upload this. Hopefully you were able to make out everything I was saying, and it'll be a good test. So thanks.